Hi, my name is Bobby. I'm the founder and CEO of Circular Blueprint. So, Circular Blueprint is about transforming plastic waste to create adequate and affordable housing. So, before I move on to explain more about us, let me share a little about how we even got started in the first place. Right, so as you can see, everything happened in this shopping mall where I was just wandering around and I just happened to saw this old lady, right? She was pushing this heavy trolley full of cardboard boxes. So she was trying to push it up a slope. Then I went over to help her out, right? And then I just struck up a conversation with her, right? And I just asked her like, "Hey auntie, how much can you actually sell all these cardboard boxes for?" And she was telling me that her trolley is worth she's carrying about 15 to 20 kg worth of cardboard boxes, and she can sell it for $5, and that's an income for one day. And I just asked her another question like, "Hey auntie, there's so much plastic waste lying around, right? Why not plastics?" And then she told me that plastics are actually, on the contrary, right? Plastics are actually incredibly worthless. And you know, that was the real that's the reason behind how everything actually got started. And yeah, so I went back and I took some time to actually think about it. How do I actually solve this problem? And after a while, we came out with this, and this is what this is what I mean by circular blueprint, right? So to solve this problem, right, there are two things that we need to do. First is we got to maximize the value of plastics by upcycling it. And how we're gonna do that, we're gonna explain later. Second is being the waste aggregators so that we are able to maximize the sharing of profits with the informal collectors. So it just happened. So how do we maximize the value of plastics? Right. So actually, right, to reuse plastic waste or to recycle plastic waste is actually it's a fairly impossible task, right? Because there are a lot of reasons why they are even waste to begin with. It can be decontaminated, contaminated, and all these kind of things, right? And to talk about upcycling it, that's pretty much insane. But the thing is, in the construction industry, right, it has always been known to mix a lot of waste materials into it, right? So I was thinking like, if that's the case, would it be possible to use plastics to build houses? And since there are so many people who are already who are still living in inadequate housing, and yeah, so that was how everything got started. And 6 months into this whole thing, and as you can see, April to June was our phase 1, and now we're proceeding to our phase 2. The very first, this is our very first prototype, and this is when it's a little ugly, but this is when we start to standardize things. And June, for the third one, right, is when we send our bricks for validation and for testing purposes to see how it measures up against a conventional brick. And this is what we came up with. For more information, you can refer it to the annexes later. So right now we are in collaboration with Singapore Polytechnic to help us with prototyping and testing. We have also consulted 4 construction companies and 2 land developers on how willing they are to adopt this kind of materials, right? And yeah, this is the team that we have. And next is so in essence, right, we are asking for 100,000. This is so we have realized, right, for the first to really be in this space, right, what is the most important thing is actually credibility. You need to have the credibility to even begin in this space, and that's what we will be focusing on for the first year, right? And yeah, this 100,000, right, will be used to sustain us for the upcoming 3 one first year, second year, and third year, and to also support our R&D costs. So thank you very much for taking the time to watch this. So I appreciate it. Thank you.